What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the best place for new coaches, content creators, and entrepreneurs. In today's video, I want to take it back to a year and a half ago where I started this YouTube channel, specifically when I uploaded this video right here. This was my very first video that I uploaded onto this channel. It was around mid-July of 2018, and this video was the worst thing ever. Now, not saying that it's the worst video like on the internet, but what I mean by this is the process of filming this video was horrendous. Why? Because it was my very first video that I ever did, and I had no idea what the heck I was walking into when I started my channel. This video made me cry, it made me sweat, and it definitely made me break down. And this video actually took the longest to make out of all the videos that I've ever done in my channel. I think it took me like 6 to 7 hours to make this video, which is actually insane if you think about it. That's why in today's video, I really want to prepare anyone who's thinking of starting a channel this year of what to expect or how to best prepare for your very first video here on YouTube. There are a lot of little details that people don't think about when they're creating their videos. And honestly, creating videos is not easy. And a lot of rookie YouTubers just don't know what to expect when they're filming. And it can be a very, very frustrating experience. That's why if I can help you at all with any advice to make your first video experience as seamless as possible, I would feel like I really did my job. Now, am I saying that your first video is going to be a walk in the park after you watch this video? Absolutely not. Truth be told, I honestly think that anyone's first video on YouTube is probably going to be the worst video that they've ever made, myself included. But I can tell you that the process does get easier and it does get better as you get more experience. But if I can at least help you alleviate some of the pain in creating your first video, then I'll be really happy. Now, not only this, I also want to make sure that you, specifically you, stay until the very end of this video because I have a really important announcement and I have a feeling you're gonna be super, super excited about it. So make sure you also stay until the end of this video. That being said, before we dive into the actual video with all of my advice, we have some special shout outs that are in order. So let's dive right into that first. Before we dive into this week's awesome video, we want to shout out the comment and YouTube channel of the week. Thank you so much for leaving these kind messages onto last week's video. Not only this, we also want to shout out the Instagram story and profile of the week as well. Thank you again for shouting out our videos. Now, if you're watching this and you're wondering, how can I get featured in the next video? It's very simple. Number one, you could either leave a comment below on this video, or you can take a picture of this video and share it with your audience on Instagram. Just don't forget to tag me. Now, with that out of the way, let's just dive right into this week's video. All right, so let's imagine at this phase, you know what video idea you have, and you also have established what type of videos you're doing, your niche, and everything like that. If you don't have that, make sure you check out this playlist right here. I have so many tips, like so many, to help you get through that, like the strategic side of things. So make sure you check out this video. But after you've checked all those things off, the first tip that I have for you when it actually comes to filming is to film as early as possible, preferably in the morning, especially during wintertime. Now, why do I say this? 2 reasons. The first reason is that your first video is probably going to take you the longest to film because you're not a natural at this, and neither was I, right? It takes a long time to build the skill of talking in front of a camera. I don't care if you're good at talking at people, you know, in real life. Talking in front of a camera is just a whole different ballgame. So you really want to allocate time for that. Like I said earlier on this video, for me, it took me 6 to 7 hours just for filming alone. And I'm really glad that I allocated time in the morning because if I had started later in the afternoon, I definitely would have had to refilm it because the lighting situation changes a lot the longer you spend time filming your videos. And I'm assuming that for a lot of you guys who are just starting out, you likely don't have studio lighting like I do right now. And by the way, I didn't have studio lighting when I started. I was using literally like daylight lighting. And so if you are filming your videos later in the afternoon, you're likely going to be filming until the evening. And by that time, your lighting is going to be terrible and you might have to redo it again, depending on how bad your lighting situation is. That's why the number one reason why you want to film as early as possible is to allocate for that time. The second reason why I think it's smart to film in the morning once the sun is up is because during the winter time, especially, the sun goes down really, really early. So you really, really want to account for that as well in your filming schedule. Now, as a quick disclaimer, the winter time is honestly the most hardest to gauge of when is the right time to film because the sun sets really early and it rises really late. It's still really dark in the morning. So my rule of thumb is to just make sure that you are filming as soon as the sun is out and it's bright and everything like that, especially if you're using daylight lighting. So make sure you just spend a few days to gauge the lighting situation in your home and then decide when you like to film. Now, moving on to my next tip, and that is to do a test run. This is going to be super important. I would say it's like a rookie mistake if you are thinking that you are going to figure out your lighting, figure out your camera settings, figure out your audio all at the same day of when you're filming. And actually, this was the rookie mistake that I made. So the reason why it took me 6 to 7 hours to film my video, my very first video here on YouTube, is because a good portion, like 2 of those 7 hours, was dedicated to me figuring out my camera, figuring out what worked for me, what didn't, figuring out the audio, figuring out what I liked to have in the background, and everything like that. And I honestly wish if I could go back in time that I dedicated a full day to just do a test run, just to see how I liked being on camera and how I liked using the camera and everything like that. So what ended up happening for me is, because I didn't do a test run and because I didn't realize how difficult and challenging it actually was for me to speak in front of a camera, I ended up filming it vlog style, as you see from this footage right here. Now, it worked out for me. I don't regret doing it this way, but because I did it vlog style, I did get some negative feedback from a couple of my viewers saying that it made them really dizzy and the camera was just super shaky and just, yeah, everything like that. And that could have easily been avoided if I did a test run to actually understand what I liked and didn't like. Not only this, as a bonus tip, what you can also do is do a quick test run on your camera right here, and then upload that footage onto your computer so that you can really see whether or not you like your background, whether or not the audio works well for you, and just all that detailed stuff, because you never know if there's certain things in the background that you actually don't want to have or things that could annoy your viewers. So a really good example is, for a very long time on my channel, I didn't even realize that the lighting on my monitor was constantly flashing in the background until I had one of my subscribers message me letting me know how much it bothered them, to the point where they stopped watching my videos just because there was a blinking light in the background of my videos, and I never ever noticed it. That's why a really pro tip is, if you're doing your test run and you're doing sit down videos like me, just kind of look at things through your computer so you can truly analyze with a very detailed eye of the things that could really annoy your viewers or things that you simply don't want to have in your background. Now, moving on to the third tip that I have for you when it comes to preparing for your very first upload, and that is to film first and then announce later. And this again is stemmed from a mistake that I made. As an ENFP on the Myers-Briggs, I am known to be someone who likes to talk a lot and likes to share ideas and not actually execute them. So that's a trait that I have. Comment below and let me know what your Myers-Briggs is. If you are a fellow ENFP, I'd love to say hi. But anyways, I learned my mistake. So basically what I did is I went on Instagram and I told everyone that I was going to be uploading this video, to expect it on Sunday or Wednesday. I don't remember when I used to upload videos, but I was just talking about it all the time. And then when it actually came to filming, I didn't realize how long it would actually take. And this is another reason why my first video ended up being vlog style, is because I felt pressured to meet the deadline. So I didn't actually give myself enough time to redo the video. I didn't think that that was an option at the time. Because when I filmed the video, I didn't realize, because I didn't do a test run, how hard it is to actually talk in front of a camera. So I was like, let me just do it vlog style. And that ended up impacting the quality of the video. Now, am I saying that your first video needs to be absolutely perfect? No, totally not. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that it's always nice to make sure that you have the video first before you start announcing to people when you're uploading. It's gonna take a lot of pressure off when it comes to editing, when it comes to filming, and you're gonna have the luxury of time to make sure that you truly enjoy and like the process, and that you're comfortable, and that the video that you're putting out, at least you're decently happy with. Now, just to play devil's advocate on this tip though, if you are someone who feels like you need that extra accountability, or you feel like starting this channel is something that you're likely going to procrastinate on, then I actually highly highly recommend announcing first and then filming later. Because even though right now I'm sharing this tip, I'm actually glad that I announced first, because that definitely kicked my ass into gear to take action, even if it was imperfect and even if it was messy. So take this tip as you will, do what works for you. I personally think that if you film first and announce later, the process will be a lot less stressful. But on the flip side, if you announce first and then film later, your likelihood of actually getting this done is probably going to increase, because now you're accountable to your audience. But anyways, going into the next tip that I have for you, which is the fourth tip, and that is when it comes to preparing for your very first upload, make sure that you allocate at least 2 days for video editing, especially if you are a rookie and video editing is not something that you know how to do. I personally think that 48 hours is a really good time period to play with your editing skills, learn basics of editing, and not have a stressful editing process. Because something that really surprised me when I started my channel is I didn't realize how long editing actually takes. And especially if you're someone who's watching this channel, I have a feeling you're likely an overachiever like I am, you're likely a perfectionist, and you will spend a lot of time with editing. That's why if you take at least 48 hours to edit, I think that's a really good time period, especially if you are the type of person to announce first and then film later and edit later. This is something to consider in your timeline. Now, with this tip, keep in mind that I'm already someone that has a little bit of editing skills, so 48 hours or 2 days might sound really short for you and it might sound super ridiculous. So do what is necessary. Take that time, even if it's a week, even if it's 2 weeks to edit your video. For me, it took me a whole day to edit my first video, and that was a very big surprise to me. So that's why I'm saying 2 days. But again, this depends on your experience. But the bottom line is I just want to make sure that you know that editing does take a long time, and it's likely longer than you're assuming it takes. Now, moving on to my fifth tip when it comes to preparing for your first video session, upload session, filming session, whatever it is that is included in preparing for your very first YouTube video, and that is to get good Wi-Fi. Now, this sounds like a no-brainer, but trust me guys, one of the most surprising things when I uploaded my first video was how slow it actually takes YouTube to process and upload the video itself. Now, obviously this has to do with my internet connection, but also the fact that when you're uploading huge files onto the internet, naturally it just takes a very long time. So for me, with this upload here, I actually waited hours. And when I say hours, I mean like the whole day of just waiting for this video to upload. And it was so long of a process that I ended up canceling it because it literally was not moving anywhere, driving all the way to a coffee shop and then uploading it there because the coffee shop actually had way better Wi-Fi. And so my pro tip for you is that if you're considering to be a YouTuber, yeah, you can probably go to a coffee shop if you don't have good Wi-Fi, but eventually if you're thinking of doing something like this full time or actually making it into your career, I highly recommend getting internet packages that have good upload speeds. That is likely the most important thing to look at when you're looking at, future internet packages for your home. Now, obviously, download speed is also really important if you are someone who downloads a lot of files for your videos or just anything in general. But personally, for me, I really pay attention to the upload speed, especially if you are the person that needs to upload that video onto the internet. And even if you decide later on in your YouTube career to outsource editing, you still need to upload big files to your video editor. And so that's why if you're looking at internet packages, do pay attention to that upload speed. Now, on the topic of Wi-Fi and me not realizing all the technical things that really surprised me of having a YouTube channel, the next tip that I have for you is to get a good memory card. Now, I feel like my tips are a little bit mixed up, but when you're filming your video, you want to make sure that you have enough gigabytes on your memory card. And this is actually a mistake that I made. So when I was first filming my video, like a long time ago, even before this channel, I thought that I could get away with the cheapest memory card, the lowest gigabytes. But what ended up happening is when you're filming more videos onto your camera, or especially if you make a lot of mistakes and you have a lot of camera time, that memory card is not gonna last you forever and you're gonna run out of storage space, especially if it's not a brand new memory card and it's a card that you already have a lot of old files on. These are things to consider. You do wanna make sure that your memory card has enough space to support your filming, because one of the worst things that can happen is if you are filming your video and you're literally like 75% done done, and then all of a sudden your camera says storage full. And you've got two options at that point. You likely either have to delete some files to make space, or you have to pause your filming process, upload your files onto your computer first, and then go back to your camera and film again, and you never know what your lighting situation is going to be by that time. So that's why I highly recommend that in preparation for your very first video, to make sure that you have enough storage space onto your memory card. And if you have an existing memory card, make sure that before you start filming, delete all the old files. And if you don't have a memory card, make sure that you don't cheap out on this and invest in a memory card that has enough gigabytes for your channel. Now, moving on to more technical things when it comes to preparing for your very first video on YouTube, and that is to have extra batteries or have an AC adapter for your camera. Now, what I mean by this is I am 100% or 95% sure that for a lot of you guys, when you're first filming your video, you're probably gonna run out of battery because you're going to spend a lot of time, filming in general, because you might have a lot of mess ups, you might fumble a lot, and you might still be figuring things out as you're filming, right? And so filming a video is gonna take a really long time. That's why your camera is likely going to die. And again, one of the worst things too that could happen is if you are 75% done and then your camera just dies. And at that point, you have to recharge your camera, and God knows how long that will take. And so that's why my biggest tip for you is to make sure that you have an extra set of batteries that you can swap up while you're filming, or use my hack and actually get an AC adapter that's compatible with your camera. So when I first started my channel, I used something like this, and this is essentially a dummy battery that attaches to my camera. So it pretends to be a battery, but in fact, it's actually plugged into the wall. And that means that my camera is constantly charging. And even on my new camera, which is the Sony a6400, it's also continuously charging as well, because that's built into the camera. But for a lot of the older models, you likely won't have something like that. So that's why it's really smart to have maybe an AC adapter here, where you have a dummy battery, you put it into your camera, and then you plug it into the wall so that your camera will never die as you're filming. All right, now so far in this video, I have walked you through a lot of surprising tips when it comes to preparing for your very first video here on YouTube. Now, if you guys were looking for something more strategic like scripting, batching, keyword optimization, all these things, make sure you do check out this playlist right here, because that's where I really dive into the strategy. But I felt like this video was really important because aside from the strategy, there's actually a lot of huge learning curves and things that people don't realize when it comes to starting your YouTube channel and doing your very first video. So I really hope that this video helps you have a way more seamless process than I did when I started my channel. Now, if you have watched this video to this point, you probably have remembered, or maybe you forgot, that earlier on in this video, I mentioned that I had a very special announcement. And that announcement is that I am actually hosting my very first international giveaway here on this channel. And specifically what I am giving away is my old YouTube equipment that really helped me get to 100,000 subscribers here on my channel. And later on, I will walk you through the contents of this box and what exactly you're getting and how to, sign up for the giveaway and how to win and everything like that. But I do want to say thank you so much for all of your support and you guys just really helping me grow to this point. As we are filming this right now, my channel is at 183,000 subscribers, which is insane. That means that soon enough, in the next few months, we will hit 200,000 subscribers. And so I really, really want to show my appreciation and thank you for that. Now, on top of all that, I also decided that it'd be a great idea to give away my old equipment. And the reason why is I was actually thinking of selling this equipment, especially since I've since upgraded a lot of my equipment. I don't use a lot of my old stuff anymore. And I was gonna sell this to a stranger. But I was like, wait a second, instead of selling it to a stranger, why don't I just give it away to someone who really deserves it and needs it and already follows my channel and has already been supporting me? So that's exactly what I plan on doing. Now, obviously, if you are someone who has an issue that this giveaway is with used items, then you might want to click out of this video because obviously this giveaway isn't right for you. But if you don't mind, then definitely stick around because I'm gonna be sharing with you what's inside this box. And I also thought that it would be a really cute idea to pass off the equipment that I actually used, because who knows, I feel like the fact that I've used this equipment shows that there's some good luck and some good jujus in it, and I just think it's really, really cute to pass this on to someone else who really deserves it. And maybe after you're done with this equipment, maybe you'll pass it on to someone else who really needs it as well. But anyways, before I dive into how you can enter the giveaway, let me just take some time to go through what is in this box. Now, the very first thing that you're gonna get in this box is a camera. So this is the Canon Rebel T5i. This is the body for it. And on top of the body, you're also going to get the kit lens. So this is the lens that comes with the camera. I just attached it so that I could really take care of it and not, you know, break it or anything like that. But generally you just want to attach it here and then you've got the full camera. And so let me tell you more about how awesome this camera is. The reason why I love this camera so much is the flip screen. So when I was filming my videos, when I was starting my channel, I was really able to see myself, and that was super important for me. Not a lot of cameras have the flip screen, and so that's really, really important for when you're doing sit down videos like me. Another thing is this camera flips. So you can always film videos the other way if you would like, and then you can close it if you want it to be more compact. And so I'm giving this away, and it also comes with the neck strap if you ever want to film outdoors or if you have a friend helping you out. So that's the first thing that you will be receiving in this box is both the body of the Canon T5i Rebel and also the kit lens that comes with it. And let me just throw you some footage of what this camera looks like in action. You'll see that majority of my videos in 2019 was used with this camera, and the quality is actually really, really good. And so I highly recommend this camera even if you don't win the giveaway. This is an awesome camera for YouTube. Now, moving on to the next thing that you're gonna receive in this box, and that is the AC power adapter. So this is the exact one that I just showed earlier on in this video. So because I did sit down videos and because my camera kept dying, I actually invested in buying an AC adapter for my Canon T5i Rebel. And so what this does is that you just basically plug this into your Canon T5i, and then on the other end, you just plug it into your wall plug, and so your camera will be running at all times. This was super helpful for me, especially because I'm very slow when it comes to filming, and also because I do sit down videos. So you would be perfect to enter this giveaway if you are planning to do sit down videos just like me. Now, I do want to put a disclaimer and let you guys know that I did lose the actual battery that goes into the Canon T5i. So the only way to charge the camera and to use the camera is with this AC adapter. I'm really sorry that I lost it. I couldn't find it, but I know that for the person who is doing sit down videos like me, you don't really need that other battery, and you can buy one off Amazon if you really, really want it. But this is enough for you to get your channel started. Now, moving on to the next thing that you're gonna get in this box, and yeah, we're not even finished, is a camera remote. This is a remote that you can use with the Canon T5i. For all of my filming, I always use a remote. It's always super annoying to bend and go turn off your camera or turn off the recording and lose your spot. And so that's why having this is going to be really important. So all you do is you just click and boom, you're recording, and then you click again and then boom, you're gonna stop recording. So this is also gonna be included in this box that I'll be shipping out as well. Now, moving on to the last thing that you're gonna be getting in this box is microphones. These are lavalier microphones, the same microphones that I used in my channel, and I will throw up some footage of what the audio quality is like. In today's video, I want to teach you my tips and tricks on how you can become a lot more confident on camera, specifically for YouTube. Now, obviously, the audio isn't the best, obviously, compared to what I have now, but at the time when I was starting my channel and I really wanted to upgrade my audio from the Canon T5i's built-in audio, I bought these lav mics, and they worked really well for me. So basically, this attaches onto your shirt. This then goes into your pocket, and then after you put this onto the camera. So on your Canon T5i, I've already attached the part where the microphone should be. And what you end up doing is you just end up putting your microphone on top, and the transmitter will connect with the other one that you just saw, and then the audio will be connected. And it's really, really simple to use. It definitely will increase and make your audio sound a lot better versus using the built-in mic that's in the Canon camera. So guys, that's what I'll be giving away. These are the exact things that I used on my channel. So your next question is probably, okay, Vanessa, I'm still watching this video. I'm still interested in this giveaway. How can I enter? So to enter this giveaway, there are a couple things that you need to do, and I have my phone right here so I don't miss any of the steps. And the first thing is that you need to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button in order to be eligible. The second thing is you want to comment on this video below and tell me how you're going to be continuing the legacy with my YouTube equipment. That's really important that you enter that information and you let us know how you would put this equipment to good use and how you're going to be continuing the legacy. The third thing is you need to make sure that you also have followed me on Instagram, and my Instagram is right here. And on top of that, you also want to make sure that you take a photo of this video and share it to your stories and tag me. This allows me to make sure that you have fully participated in this giveaway. And the last thing that you want to do, and this is the most important thing, is you want to make sure that you enter the giveaway officially by clicking the link in the description box and in the comment section below to enter your information so that we know how to contact you if you do get selected. Now, the next question that you might have for me is, okay, so how are you gonna choose the winner? Do I need to, pour my heart out in the comment section? Now, if you wanna pour your heart out in the comment section, that's definitely welcomed, but how we're gonna be picking is we are going to be completely randomizing this. We're gonna use a website called pickawinner.com, and it's gonna randomize the comments that are in this video. So that's the first step of how we're going to be choosing who's going to win this giveaway. After that random draw is selected, we're then going to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, that you follow me on Instagram, that you've shouted out this video, and that you've submitted your email and you've understood the terms and conditions when you look at the link in the landing page. And personally, that is the most important part. So that is, out of full transparency, how we're gonna be choosing the winner. The giveaway starts as of now. So the moment that you have seen this video on February 2nd, this is when the giveaway has started. And the giveaway will end in exactly 1 week from now. Meaning that on February 16th, 2020, by 11:59 p.m. PST, we will be closing this giveaway. So you have a full week to submit and take all the action in order to be eligible to win the equipment that I just showed. And last but not least, we will be announcing the winner here on my channel on February 23rd at 9 a.m. PST. Whichever video uploads 2 Sundays from now, that is when we will be announcing the winner. And we'll be contacting you also through email. You can read all of the instructions and all the information, all the fine print with the link in the comment section below. So make sure you do check out that page. Anyways, guys, I am so excited to be kicking off my very first international giveaway, meaning that anyone around the world is eligible to enter so long as you follow these steps. Now, while you wait for the announcement or while you wait for next week's video, make sure you also check out these 2 videos that I have right here on my channel as well. I talk a lot about social media, marketing, online coaching, entrepreneurship, and all these different things. So make sure you check out these 2 videos as well. As always, guys, I appreciate you. I am so freaking excited to announce the winner 2 weeks from now, and I just really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much for all of your support. I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I'll see you in the next one. And also, best of luck with the giveaway. Bye, guys.